Hello guys, how you doing? Welcome. I'm SimUK, this is Train Sim World 2, and this little beauty is the RailDriver. So the point of this video today, having made my unboxing video and first thoughts video the other day, is just to let you see what it's like to use, what sort of issues you're going to face, and trust me, you are going to face some issues with this device. But if you have any questions, if you want to know anything specific, then by all means do ask, and I will do my best to either show you or answer your questions. Now, in defense of the RailDriver and, believe it or not, Train Sim World 2, despite its pretty complex and pretty comprehensive layout, this device will never accommodate every single train type that there is available. There are just too many variations on everything. Now, in order to have this work with everything, it needs to be highly configurable. Now, the device itself, it's a basic input-output system. There's not much complexity here. Probably the most complex thing here is the speedo, which is reading information directly from the game. But other than that, it's just a basic controller. Nothing really much more than that. In order for this to be completely usable in every circumstance, it's the responsibility of Train Sim World to allow us to bind buttons, axes, and how much of the axis you read in order to actually get something fully working across the board. And unfortunately, as far as I've seen so far, Train Sim World really doesn't accommodate that. Let's jump into Great Western here. I've probably taken on about, I think I've done one of the scenarios, maybe two. Oh, why does it automatically go into that every time? Yeah, so I've done one or two of the scenarios and about two or three of the new schedules. Two. I've done two scenarios and two timetables. Now I've run each of them more than once, so I've got a little bit of experience with this, but not. I'm not an expert. Okay, I'm not pretending that I'm an expert. I just know enough to get by, and that's about it. Maybe a little bit more than that. Let's pick something. What should we pick? Let's not do the full route to start with. Let's do something. To my eyes, there's only three variations here. I'm trying to find something different than that, or... See, it's just the same two over and over again, it seems. That's a little frustrating. Alright, let's just do the next one I haven't done then. The 1C01 Penzance. Hi guys, I send you a message about a game I'm developing. It's a ship simulator. Please check your messages. I will do. Oh, that's a point. Let me just put your chat back in. Hopefully that's in. Oh, I see what I've done here. Something like that. That'll have to do. This is somewhat impromptu. I hadn't really sort of put any time or effort into thinking about what we're going to do today. It's just exploration and just showing you off what it is and isn't capable of. Let's begin by showing you what you can do in the settings. So we come up here to controls, you go to advanced controls, and you can see here you've got the RailDriver display layout. Now, whilst this almost works, being able to bind stuff by train, it doesn't work because you don't get to choose anything. It's all predefined, it's all picked for you. You have absolutely no control over it whatsoever. And so far, this button here, which is the alerter button on the RailDriver, it's to reset safety systems. Now, it took me a few attempts to work out that this button doesn't actually do anything. So although it's got that name there, and it's the alerter button, quite often it's a button down here. In fact, I don't think this one has an alerter button at all, the 52. AWS reset. I stand corrected. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons across. Now, it's not going to be that easy to identify that button in amongst all of these identical buttons. I could put strips across the top, but because every single train is different, I would have to have different sets of strips for every single train. It's not viable. If, however, Dovetail Games allowed me to click on that and then pick what I wanted it to do, then it would work, because I could have this display set up how I want it, and then every train would be accommodated in that event. You can see here there's quite a few buttons that aren't actually set up to do anything at all. The pentagraph, for example, obviously this train doesn't have a pentagraph, so I mean that kind of makes sense, but I could use that button for something else. You know, I could, couldn't I? It could be an option. The alerter button, however, definitely is noticeable. It's got alert written across it. It's red. It's, you know, it stands out. It just makes sense that that is the reset AWS button, but that's not how they've configured it for whatever reason. I really cannot, for the life of me, understand why they have set this up the way they have. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now, this is a new thing. The fact that I've already calibrated this twice. And it seems, based on what I'm looking at right now, every time I come in and do this, I'm going to have to recalibrate, which is not something I particularly want to have to do. I know this is in beta. It does say it's in beta, but I mean, come on. How long has this game been out now? I think they're taking the mickey just a smidge. Let's calibrate so you can see A, how this works, and B, how bad it looks. So you see this tiny little arrow here. This indicates where it wants you to input next. So we're on this controller and we'll pull it towards us. And you see it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. Now, in terms of digital input reading, that's not really a big problem, but from a visual perspective, that doesn't look very good at all. And in fact, well, this is a new bug. I haven't seen this one before. So it's not even... Oh, I apologize. Yes, I forgot. You have to press E after each one. Okay, so there we go. Press E or click on accept. Go up and click on accept. This one, down to the bottom. Accept. Up to this first, I don't know if you can see it because the camera's quite small, but there's like a notch here that stops you from going all the way up to the top. So that would be the second point, and then up to the top, and then back down to here, and that's that. And in the middle, obviously, you've got like a neutral. So on some train locomotives where this is combined, the top end would be the brake and the bottom end would be the accelerator or throttle. So we'll do the same on this one. So we're coming down to the bottom and we'll accept. Now, again, you won't see this, but here there's like a little nipple, a little notch. It's only tiny, but it's really quite effective. So effective, in fact, that this device, which is quite heavy, will move when you're pulling this out of that notch. So yeah, it's effective, all right. Push past the notch, and that's locked in. Now here we've got another one. Now this is an interesting bit of kit, because you've got up and down here, but you've also got, if you push to the right, it actually engages a second axis. At least that's how I understand it, based on the fact that we've got these multiple red dots here. You see how there's 4? I mean, they all say the same thing. Independent brake increase, independent brake increase, independent brake increase, independent brake. They're all the same. But I do believe they are 4 different inputs, or 2 different axes, but on one controller, which I've never seen before. So if that is how that's working, I'm actually quite impressed. So now I'm going to pull it over to the right, let go and go up to the top, and then pull it over to the right and accept. Now here we've got switches, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got the bottom set of switches here, 1. It's a bit spongy, this one, 2, 3. Right, that's it. It's now calibrated for this. If I go to the 101, again, it's equally calibrated, but you can see just from the buttons here that they are completely different. And that's not the end of the world, because each train is different. They do have different inputs, etc. Blah, 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 blah. It's just, I'm going to have to learn the keybinds that are here with nothing. Do you know what I mean? All these buttons, like the AW reset is now here, whereas on the 52, it's here. That doesn't seem like a massive problem, but actually it is. If you're trying to just enjoy yourself and get immersed in the game, you're having to constantly keep coming back out to this screen and going, right, which button was it? It's one of these, isn't it? Is it? Which one is it? If you just let me set it up the way I want and put the AWS reset on the alert button. Oh, no, 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 no. Did I just press calibrate by accident? Oops. Thankfully, it's still calibrated. Oh, another thing I quite dislike about the calibration thing is when you're setting it up, if you accidentally put it in the wrong position and hit accept, there is no way to go back and do it again. You just have to start from the beginning. Again, poorly implemented stuff. But, right, let's go jump in. If I can remember where the buttons are. Whoa. Right, okay, so I have driven this train a couple of times, so I've got some idea of what I'm doing. Let's turn the master key on. Put ourselves in forward. And, oh, before I do anything else, I better do as I'm told. Uncouple one vehicle, okay. Oh my God, if I can get through the door. Nope, don't want to go that way. Stay away from that. Now, I'm probably one of the most critical people of Dovetail games, but, and there's one thing that nobody ever disputes, is how fantastically modelled this is. Look how stunning that is. The detail on here is breathtaking. It looks so good. It really does look incredible. The station as well, I've always been impressed by the station. The lighting, not quite as impressed with. But do you know what? There is a lot of detail here. If only they put the same amount of passion into fixing the issues. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I got a reward for that, nice. Right, I've uncoupled it. There you go, now we can go. Sometimes when you uncouple the trains, I've noticed there is a massive delay between you clicking the button and the game actually telling you that you've clicked it. What's up here, just out of interest? Oh, nice. Bit dark. Whoa! No. Jeepers creepers, that's way too sensitive. Right, here we go. What fun this will be. So, I'm going to just set up my cameras where I want them. And let's get the doors open. It says load passengers, and the little yellow thing is going round, but there are no passengers. No passengers at all. Okay, I've got to go via. I hate the go via things. They really confuse me. I never know if I'm meant to stop there or just go through it. So I can release the straight brake because we're on the auto brake. Close the doors. Nice. Okay then. So I can confirm that just having levers is vastly more immersive than using a keyboard. Hang on a second. DSD on, AWS on. Now unfortunately these don't work properly. And at the moment there's no button set up for camera 8 that I can bind on here, and also the headlights are bloody awful. Are my headlights on? I can't remember. Yeah, look at the difference that makes. Ah, God, right, how fast am I going here? 16, 17, that's too fast. What I've discovered is that if you zoom in, you actually get slightly better visibility. Emphasis on slightly. I don't know what speed I'm meant to be doing here, by the way. I'm going to assume it's 15 and cruise over at 17. You'll see we've got the speedo here. This is probably the most useful. This is probably the most useful aspect of the RailDriver, is no matter where I am, no matter which camera I'm in, I can still tell what speed I'm doing. That's quite useful. That is quite useful. I'm hoping I'm going to see some sort of speed board here and tell me how fast I'm allowed to be going. Let's assume I can do about 25 right now. Now the levers on this are pretty small. You kind of feel like you have to use your fingertips to use it. But somebody did tell me yesterday in chat that they've built a bigger one, which I didn't know about. And that would be interesting to look at. we doing? 22 here, 21, 22. Quite happy to cruise along at that speed, seeing as I don't know what I'm doing. Aha, speed board. $50. Good lord. See how close I had to get to that before I could see it. So I can really open the taps. I'm wondering if I can adjust my gamma slightly. I might ruin the daytime experience, but make nighttime something a little easier to deal with. It wants me to stop at Reading platform 7, which is quite far away. I guess we're going to just go full tilt now and try and guess which lights apply to us and which ones don't. Oops. 54, that's a little more than we're supposed to be doing. Hey, how you doing, Ian? Nice to see you here. How's things? We're really still limited to 50 here. At some point we should be able to open this up fully. 125. Not that we'll ever get to 125. I think the most I've ever got out of this train is, I don't know, 90? I think that's the fastest I've ever got it going. Oh yes, it's been a while since I've seen you in a stream, I guess. So dark. My gosh, it's so dark. One thing I have noticed is that you can actually see a lot further in the external cam. If I come up here. Oh, 125, okay, we can actually start going slightly faster. You can actually see much further ahead in terms of lighting with the external cam than you can with the internal cam. You can see how pitch black it is, everything is pitch black. But out here you can at least see some stuff. So I'm wondering if there's like a tint on the windscreen that's causing a problem. Because that's really dark. So I'm pretty sure we can open the taps now, full speed all the way, probably all the way to Reading, with the signal, paying attention to the signals of course, as best I can. Is that red light for us? No. How fast do you think we're going, by the way, guys? I'm going to cover this up. How fast does that feel? May as well put a blindfold on. Exactly. It's pretty much that dark, isn't it? And I have got the headlights on, plus the light from the cab, and the fact, I think it's a full moon, is it? I don't know. I don't think there is a moon in this game, to be honest. The stars look a little bit 1980s to me. Some of the stars are huge. I mean, look at that one over there. It's almost the size of that dot in the middle of my screen, which I can't get rid of, that I hate. We're actually doing 72 miles per hour right now. It really doesn't feel like it to me. I know it's difficult to tell because it's so dark. It looks like it when you go outside. I mean, that looks authentic in terms of speed. But when you're in the cab, the way you just sort of glide past stations and stuff, it just doesn't feel like... It's nearly 80 miles an hour. No, I'm not convinced. Feels more like 30 miles an hour. Maybe 40 at a push. It would be fantastic if we had head tracking in the game. I think that would add a lot to the immersion element. Being able to look around without having to use my mouse. Thankfully, having watched the most recent what do they call it, roadmap video from Dovetail Games, they have put head tracking back on the development list, which they've taken full credit for. I'm sure they had everything to do with that. But it is at least good to see that it's back on the agenda and actively, quote unquote, being worked on. That really doesn't feel like 83 miles an hour, it really doesn't. saw a speedo board there, but I didn't see what it said, so I think we're speeding. I'm pretty sure we're speeding at this point. But seeing as we set off late, they might allow us to come in on time, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. 70. Oh no, that's not us. $75 for anyone peeling off to the left, so again, that's not us. It's only better if I turn the light off. There's no difference at all, is it really? Doesn't even make any difference outside. Good Lord. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed looking at that. That was awesome. I just realised my logo's over the instructions. Sorry about that. I'll move that in a second. I think the next run I do is going to have to be a little bit later in the day because I can't see a thing. Wow. Missed it completely. See if we can do it here. That was not good position. Didn't seem to be any headlights at all on the front of my train, did there? Let's just check that. Dodgy switch. It was in the on position, but it certainly wasn't on. And even if I switch back, it doesn't come on. Look. Yeah, it's a little bit spongy. But, you know, I don't think that little torchlight there is going to make a huge difference to anything. Yeah, still can't see it. Still can't see a damn thing. It's not even that it's a weak torch light, it's just not implemented at all. Did I see a 40-mile-an-hour limit there? God, I hope not. It took me a long time to get up to 91. That's the fastest I've ever been in this train. We'll find out at the end just how bad my speeding was. So like things that are like really close to the front of the train should get illuminated by that light. And there's absolutely zero illumination of anything at all. See what happens with the cam this time. It always seems to default to this in the trees camera position. Not sure why that is. Nope, couldn't see it. So at 90 miles an hour, it does feel like you're going quite fast. Scenery does look pretty good for this route, I have to say. Some areas it looks really quite spectacular. Maidenhead. Lots of fun in Maidenhead. Oh, camera. Thank you. Did some great work up in Maidenhead once. Really fantastic project. think I prefer it off actually. Although it'll probably look better on the cameras if I have it on. Whoa, that was the wrong button. Whew. 10 miles. Going a little bit too fast for me there. Couldn't quite get ahead of it. Oh, 100 miles, look at me. Where is that flashing light coming from? Is it the moon? Ah, it could be that. Strange looking moon if you ask me. We're slowly but surely approaching the business end and actually have some speed changes to adhere to. Wow, I can actually see further ahead if I do this than if I do anything else. Look at that, that's so weird. Yep. We are not slowing down quickly enough here. That's more like it. God. The default position of this train is to slow down, it looks like. Having to give it like 60% throttle just to maintain 15 miles per hour. It's like the handbrake is permanently on. It's so weird. Oh no, you didn't! I don't know if you heard my Alexa go off. She completely distracted me. Damn, that was annoying. I don't even know what she said. I couldn't hear her. All right. That was horrible. That was a horrible run. Far too dark. And then I did that at the end. Let's see what we can do here. Nope. Do a scenario instead. All change on the 101. Have I done this? Oh yeah, I have. I had lots of AWS problems with that. Have I done this one? Snow Slough. Let's give that a whirl. Oh God. Conditions are treacherous today. You'll need to take the service direct to Paddington via Slough. The weather is causing a lot of congestion on the line and it's set to get worse. Okay, that sounds challenging. I'm aboard. Ooh. Oh my God. Oh my god, that looks awful. Wow. It's like Minecraft rain. Right, let's get the wipers on. Master key on. Unlock the doors. Loading passengers. Okay, that's good. Let's get ourselves set up. Lights on. DSD on. AWS on. So I have an AWS acknowledge button here. How can I mark that? I'll just use the keyboard. What happened to my wipers? Headlights are on. My wipers just only go once or something. Oh, I see. Park and run. Alright, fair enough. Doors locked. Set the driver brake to running. Apply power and get running. Okay. That's actually better with the light off. Couldn't read that. The draw distance on the tracks are awful. I mean, look how awful this is. But in the snow, it's 10 times worse because the snow isn't on them, so they really stand out. No, couldn't read that one either. Good lord. We'll just go with gut instinct as to what the speed should be. Try not to derail, but I can't guarantee it. Couldn't see that sign. Just check the headlight is on. Yep. Definitely on. How on God's earth did any train driver ever drive either early or late with lights like these? Disappointing camera. Now, is this one for us? No. I think we're still green. Hey J&J, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you here. As promised, a bit of RailDriver Train Sim World 2 content. Although every route I've done today has been so dark I can't actually see what I'm doing, but other than that it's going very well. Yes, very well, thank you. Yeah. No, we're good. We've gone green again. Whatever's in front of us, we appear to be catching it though. Wow, doing 96 miles per hour. Hey, Viva Vicky! This is the Diesel Legends add-on for the Great Western Express add-on. So someone very eloquently put it's DLC for DLC. Yeah, we've gone green again. We're definitely catching them though. I think we're going to have to slow down a bit here. 96 miles per hour. This is by far the fastest I've got this train going. By quite some way. Is it going to go green? No. Okay. God, I cannot tell what's coming up next. The good bits of this game are absolutely glorious. They really are. You can get some fantastic screenshots. Oh crap! That's not us, right? Any panic? Yeah, it's difficult to know unless you've actually been there and done it, I suppose, but I mean, when things come past that light, they should light up. And they don't. And I just think that that's an issue. Like, that didn't light up at all. Oh, hello. Oh man, like I say, the good bits are really good. This is awesome. Look at that. How stunning is that? What a great shot that is. Absolutely glorious. I've got my haven't got my stuff on, my cheats, so I know what I'm doing, sort of. Right, now at some point here I'm going to have to be slowing down, but I don't really know where. Yeah, I try never to use the HUD, even though I don't know the route very well. Mistakes will be made. I just realised that your chat isn't showing up on the video, is it? Not showing up on the camera. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. Slow down a bit here. Which one of those lights is ours? I think we're on the yellow. Get ourselves down to 40. I'll try and not spat this time. I rather feel like we're speeding and I can't see what's coming. Can't read them if I can't see them. That's a bit better, wasn't it? That's a little bit more what we're after. Due to the weather, we're going to have to terminate the service early, shut down the train. We can continue once the line has cleared, except we can't continue because this is the end of the line, unfortunately. Which is a real shame. I'm really hoping Dovetail Games... Whoops. I don't know why I pressed then. Not the button I meant to press. Yeah, I really hope Dovetail Games suck it up and just start making extensions for routes, because I'd love to continue this. Oh, yeah. What do you want me to do? Oh, unlock the doors. Okay.
With your personal safety and security.
Well, that was kind of fun. I did kind of enjoy that, I have to admit. There are definitely some visual elements there that tick the box, rather. Set the reverser to off. Oh yeah, I've got to like get it in between. That's it, disembark from the train. If I turn the lights off. Oh, I can't turn the lights off unless I'm sat down. Should I let me sit down again. Should I turn everything off? Off. Off. There we go. Oh, there was me worried about speeding. I was nowhere near speeding. What's this? Is that good? Is that gold or is that bronze? I can never tell. Okay, I'm just going to grab a drink, guys, and I'll be right back with you. Hello guys, back again. They should extend, but you guess it would be DLC for DLC again. Well, no, you see, I don't think it would be in that instance, because if you had an extension, then in my head at least, the way it should work with DLC is that you can just drive the extension. You don't have to have this Great Western Express route in order to do the extension to this route. They're just extending the route, and then you can buy, then you can sort of pick and choose what you want. You can buy, you know, you can extend the line as far as you want it to go. I think that's the best way to do it. I've always thought that was the best way to do it, but they just, I don't know, they just don't seem to get that for whatever reason. I mean, you're never going to please everybody all the time, but a lot of people would like a longer route than any of the routes that have been released. So that's almost like guaranteed income, isn't it? Anyone who's bought the route previously are definitely going to want to do the extension. Or almost definitely, I suppose. Right, what are we doing here? Let's go. I don't think I've done this one. Traffic 101. That's an hour. So we'll wrap up the stream with this little scenario and see how it goes. Hopefully it'll go as well as the last one, and hopefully it's daylight so I can see what I'm doing. That's better. Welcome to Taplow. The previous service is running late, which might cause you some problems on your journey to London. Head down to the platform to take your service. Yes, sirree, Bob. Pretty cool. Apologies, sorry. What did I just do there? Oh, this. I was nowhere near it. That's silly. I should at least have to be looking at it. Right. Follow the markers to board the train. Sit in the driver's seat. Ah, this is nice. I do like the 101. I've got a real soft spot for this train. Absolutely stunning. Screenshot taken. I never do that. It's something I've only just started doing. I'm kind of getting into it. I see why people do it now. Right, concentrate. What am I doing? Set the control circuit to on. Unlock the doors. Load the passengers. close the doors. Set the reverser to forwards. Oh, hang on. This is the one with gears, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I remember now. Set the reverser to forward. I haven't set it to forward. Okay. So neutral is forward. Set the gear selector to 1. Okay, what's the gear selector? That's the brake. What's the gear selector going to be? This one? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Set the brake to release. And apply power. Apply power. Oh my god. Wish me luck here, guys. It's going to be a nightmare. Right, oh, this is what I need to do. So I need to come off the power, up the gear, back on. It's going to take a bit of practice, this. I wish I could put the gears on this lever here. This doesn't do anything at all in this particular loco. But it would be so good if I could have this do the gears. Also really hard to get it to go into the gear you want it, because I'm having to press and hold this switch, I guess you'd call it, but it's not like you press it once it goes up a gear. You have to press and hold it for the right amount of time, and if you hold it too long it goes to the gear, to the next gear on, and so on and so on. It's a bit of a nightmare. This is fun. This is way more involved than any of the other trains, and I like that. Right, we've got a green light ahead. That means we're going really slowly. What are we doing? 43 miles an hour. That's not very fast. Slowly getting faster. Dovetail police force on their way to get me. Right, am I stopping here? I've no idea. Oh crap, I am. I'm meant to be anyway. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's not gone well. Not paying attention. How far past are we going to go? Very far past. Oh lordy. There's nothing left of the train. Seriously, you're going to let me get away with that, are you? Alright. I suppose technically there is part of the train. Look, there's one door. There's one door that they could get on. Oh man. They should 1,000,000% fire me for that. They shouldn't let me be getting away with that. That's quite funny. Oops, just open the doors on the other side as well. Crikey. Let's get back in the cab where it's safe. Right, brakes off. That's hilariously bad. Whoops, been there. Says J&J. Yes. Oh, the gears. I keep forgetting the gears. And I don't think in a real train scenario I should be going full throttle. As soon as there's like, didn't let it drop enough. As soon as there's no no sort of negative consequences to doing it, I might as well. There's no point learning to do it properly if there's nothing enforcing that. Right, now how quickly does this train stop? That's the question. Doing like 45 miles an hour, which isn't super fast, but fast enough. This one rolls a lot better than the 50, 52, 51, whatever it was. I think I put the brakes on a bit early there. Very early, in fact. So we're 15 seconds behind schedule. We're going to be about a minute behind schedule. So it's going to be difficult to come back from this, I guess. Oh, steam trains. Oh my god. Been waiting so patiently for steam trains. Oh, again. Really need to practice braking with these trains, don't you? Okay, so we are slightly behind schedule. I will try and get us back on schedule, but it's going to be tricky. Let's start by getting into first gear. That's a good idea. By British standards, you're early. Yes, there is that. There's part of me that's quite glad they don't bring out a Japanese DLC, because I would be fired immediately. Alright. Let's go. Maybe take the brake off.
Security personnel tour this
There we
station
go.
24 hours a day.
Right, see if I can get these gear changes a bit smoother. That's a bit better, isn't it? A bit more like it. Can you use third-party software like Joy to key? Do you mean for the RailDriver? I suspect you could, but I haven't tried it yet, if I'm being honest. This is like day 2. So I'm still kind of just getting familiar with it at the moment. And I do, honestly, I do feel like the levers and buttons really add to the immersion, but the way that Dovetail Games have implemented its control features just kind of take away from that, unfortunately. Hey, we got some yellows. We're catching up. That's good. We're getting there. Hey Stewie, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, mate. Oh, can you use third party to rebind the keys? Do you know what? I very much doubt it, but maybe. Good man, good man, good man. Oh, it's 60-mile-an-hour limit here. I am good, thanks, Stewie. I'm doing pretty good. I thought I'd jump on with a bit of RailDriver expose. I did say earlier in the stream that apparently they've brought out a... Oh, let's get some lights on. They've brought out a bigger version of this RailDriver, which I didn't know about, and I've looked, but I can't see any information about it. But that would be nice to see. That would be nice. Have I busted the horn? Not yet. I'm working on it. It is a little well, I mean, if you saw my unboxing, you can see what it's like. It concerns me. I think its position is wrong. If it was up here by the speedo, that might be better. I have caught my hand on it once, but it didn't break, so I mean that's a good start. There's me not paying attention again. We're gonna span. Ah! Damn it! Not paying attention. Son of a... That was my fault. Completely my fault. Let's do that again. Let's do that properly. We've had a bit of a practice. Now we'll do the real thing. Let me see if I can... Let me just see if I can fix this a second here. So hopefully you guys will be able to see the chat now. Okay, cool. That's showing up. Put it a little bit low actually, haven't I? Let me just fix that. How's that look? That'll have to do. All right, resume. Has a bit of a wiggle, yeah, no kidding. Any big trains? What do you mean, Stu? Let's do this properly. Control circuit 2 on. Doors open. And we'll set the reverser to forwards. And get into first gear. There we go. Right, ready to go. Lights on. Cab lights on, blah blah blah. Right, see if we can do this properly this time. Doors locked. Set the driver's brake to release. Apply power. Don't forget the information boards. Are there any? Right. Still getting used to that. See if I can do it with one hand. There you go, see? Straight past third into fourth. It doesn't even seem like each one has the same amount of button press required. They're all kind of different. Most infuriating. We'll give up on the cameras, I think. To tell people where you're going. I don't even know how to set that up in this train, dude. What have we got here? Isn't it manual in this one? I think it's manual. So gonna spat here. Oh god. Oh, I know what else I haven't done. I haven't turned AWS on. That's a slight improvement on the first run, isn't it? Oof. I'm having a camera nightmare right now. Oh yeah. Oh crap. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Where are we going? I can't even remember. Going to Slough or Reading? We're going to Slough now. Right. Oh god, wrong doors again. There we go. Get there in a minute. Good lord, flustered. Gear 1. Try taking the brake off. Brakes off. Okay. Okay, what's going on here? There we go. Strange combination of mistakes there. My gear changes are too fast. Not a sports car, it's a train. What do all my buttons do? Some of them don't do anything, Stewie. And those that do are dictated to me by Dovetail, which is a shame. But that's the menu button. That turns on and off the HUD. I can't remember what that one does. This one's the cameras. Cameras are all this end. Unfortunately, I've only got 2 camera options, but... and then we got light switches. And somewhere in here is the AWS alerter rather than the alerter button. Right. Looks rusty in that cab. Don't cut yourself. I'll try not to, mate. So if I just turn the light switch, it doesn't do anything. Weird. Switching something up here. Right, so I'm semi-focused. Let's see if we can actually complete it this time. Got a green, that's good. Okay, I'm going to bring the throttle off, go down to first gear and cruise. Bit of speeding. One thing I have noticed is when you move the lever, it goes up in chunks rather than being a smooth percentage increase. It sort of jumps up at 5, 10, 15 piece. Still in one piece. It's only been a day though. Give it a week, we might have a different situation there. So the brakes on this thing are really good, aren't they? I'm not giving them enough credit. That couldn't have been the worst possible camera view, could it? Okay, let's get everybody off. We're in gear, we're ready to go. Oh, I keep doing this. Release the brakes. And away we go, okay. Stewie, I've got lights on. Is the knob replaceable, or once it's done, it's a done deal? Having looked at their website, I'd say it was a done deal, because there's certainly no option to buy a replacement. I was thinking actually, if it did break, I might be able to put something else there in its place. So I guess, you know, nothing's impossible, but certainly there's no official replacement for it. Did I get it? I got it. Cool. Yeah, I've definitely got lights on, Stu. Definitely, it says. That's my light there. Just there. It's the only one I've got. Oh, there's no lights on the back. That's not my fault. It never asked me to. There should be. Oh, okay, we got double yellows coming up here. Bobby, yeah, exactly. For the price. Now, don't get me wrong, because I don't think it's a bad device at all. But I mean, it's early days. It's only been like, I've only had it like a day. So the way that Dovetail Games implement it is pretty bad. Stewie, it would be no good being knobless. No, absolutely. It would effectively render me redundant, I think, if I was knobless. Yeah, for the backlights I've got to set it. When we get to the next station I'll run over and do it real quick. But you know, it's things like that in a scenario. You think, if I'm taking over a train from somebody, then it should already be set. And if I'm taking a train from cold and dark, then I should be told to set it. Oh, double yellows. Do we have a red coming up here? So difficult to tell. I think that's us. I think we're a yellow. How was that bomb game? It was alright actually. It's got a lot of potential. I think the main problem with that bomb game is that it doesn't know whether it's a simulator or an arcade game. I think it's kind of trying to be both at the same time, and that doesn't work very well. Is support for it better on Train Simulator than Train Sim World 2? I think it is, but I haven't tried it yet. I don't even have Train Simulator installed anymore, but I will test that in the coming sort of days and weeks. I'm going to try it out on a whole host of different things. I've got TML's London Underground as well. That's on my list to try out. I've also spoken to the guys over at Tram Sim, and I've sort of asked them whether or not they could add support for this, because I think that would be brilliant. Can you change trains? No, you can't, Stu. You're stuck on this one, mate. There's only a few trains that this device works with in Train Sim World 2. You don't want to go to Slough. What's wrong with Slough? Let's get back down into first gear. You want to go to Southall? I've never been to Southall actually. I'll take your word for it. We're halfway to Southall. Let's do a screenshot. Oh, a double. I think I did it twice. Whoops. Hi, Firejack. Honestly, I don't know yet. But, oh, way up. Hey up. What have I done here? Can I just jump into the rear cab? I didn't realise that. I'm going to check that out, Fire. Because I would love to be able to bind this the way I want to bind it, but I suspect even if it does work, there's going to be serious limitations. How's sunny Bournemouth? It is quite sunny today actually, it's not warm though. Completely forgot all of my buttons then. Trying to get an external cam on the go and my brain went completely blank. It's nice to see people coming over the bridge. Adds to that immersion feel. Not mankini weather yet, no, not quite. See you later, JJ. Thanks for coming, buddy. Nice to see you, mate. Oh dear. Wow, it is a bit stoppy-starty, isn't it? How much motion lotion have you got? I'm not entirely sure what motion lotion is, mate. What is motion lotion? Sounds a bit greasy, whatever it is. Ah, motion lotion, diesel fuel, of course. I haven't the faintest idea. I'm not that familiar with this train. I mean, I haven't even played Train Sim World at all for about a year. So there's only like day 3 or 4 in the last year that I've even touched this game. I'm not sure there is a fuel valve in here, is there? Oh God, look at this. A captive audience. That's a bit freaky. I think we got enough to get to Slough anyway. Where's the gauge? I don't know. I don't know if there is a gauge. Wave at him. Hello. He's ignoring me now. Thinking, why do we keep stopping all the time? Just want to get to Slough. It's a lovely sound, that. Eee. It's a lot more fun doing this than just what we were doing earlier, which is like leave the station, go maximum speed and then stop when you get to the end. That's boring. This is way more fun. No. I thought I'd successfully done a gear change without looking, but I didn't. I did it too quickly and missed the clutch. I could turn my head round like an owl, yeah. I've always been able to do that, since I was a child. I was going to do a good joke then about my auntie, and I was going to give her the same name that's in The Exorcist, but I can't remember what her name was. Is it Annie or something? I haven't got my camera set up at all helpfully, have I? Who did I buy that box of buttons, handles and knobs from? This is from PI Engineering. And why are we rolling? Why are we rolling? Oh God. Why did I pull the brake off? That was so weird. So gonna get fired. Yeah, PI Engineering in America. So unfortunately I tried to buy it on Aerosoft, but although their website allows you to pay for it and they take the money, they actually don't have any in stock and there are none coming. So I waited for a month on Aerosoft and it never turned up. So then I contacted PI Engineering directly and they sorted me out a deal on the shipping fees because they were extortionate. So it cost me more than it does on the Aerosoft store, but only by 20 quid, 25 quid or something. And they did say that they're not going to have any more in Europe for a long time. Months and months. So oh my God, we're early, guys. We're actually early. How did I manage that? It's a complete accident. I apologise. Aerosoft robbed my cash. Well, yeah, kind of. Their website is not great. It does say on there that they have none in stock. And then it says underneath something like, we'll update you as soon as we can when this changes. So I thought, oh, sounds like there's a chance. So I thought I'd gamble and just see whether or not I could order it, even though they said they had none in stock. And it will take your money. Maybe they put it in the bus. Maybe they did, yeah. The bus, by the way, is fantastic. If you haven't seen that, guys, I'm sure you have. Yeah, Stewie, I tell you what, they did. Not only did they refund me, they did it really fast, like immediately. I sent them I sent 2 different people an email, and they both came back to me within a day, and the money was back in my account within a day and a half. So, you know, I'll give them credit for that. All right, let's get rolling. Yeah, I don't think it would qualify as theft, to be honest, because I willingly handed my cash over. But certainly their website is in need of updating, without a shadow of a doubt. Because by rights, if you try and buy something that they don't have, they should block you from making that purchase. And sort of give you an indication. Well, that was multitasking. Woo! Not used to that. How much was it? You see that Alan Thompson is flogging a driving controller for 250 quid. Yeah, that driving controller that he's flogging for 250 quid, I've spoken via chat to the guy who actually makes that. Oops. Oh my God, into neutral. Come on now. And I've got to say, I'm really quite impressed with it. It looks awesome. But very expensive. Yeah, I broke a sweat indeed. No kidding. There's a bit too much going on there. Talking, reading, thinking, and AWS and gear change. I think that's my maximum load potential right there. Oh God, my mouse disappeared. Jumped off the edge of my mouse mat. Yeah. Take a nap and call the union in. I think so. Oh, I forgot to do the lights at the back, didn't I? Is that a request to stop? Is that what that is? I'm being far too aggressive on the brakes here. £250 is quite steep. It is a niche product, definitely. And from what I've seen, the build quality and the attention to detail on it is absolutely top notch. I'm sure Alan's putting a nice premium on that as well. To be honest with you, I don't know why the guy doesn't just sell it directly. Oh, we're going to go so past here. Ah, good job it's not red. That's not the worst stop I've ever done, guys. What's wrong with the £4.50 Xbox controller? God, nothing at all at that price. Where do you get that from? No, it does irritate me whenever I have to come into contact with these Dovetail game fanboy people, and they say it does have controller support, you can use an Xbox controller on it. It's like, yeah, that's not really what I'm looking for. You know, I've used the X56, I don't know if you've seen the video. I've got an X56 Logitech throttle for flight simulation, and by hook or by crook you can make that work with this game. And that feels so good. It really does feel so good. It's so much more realistic. Oh my god, we've got to wait for 4 minutes, guys. I am way ahead of schedule. I am too good at this game. And that's the kind of support that I want to see. You know, not any controller on the planet, but I do want to see a wide range of controller options. If you don't splash out on this, then you really haven't got anything particularly good at the moment. With exception for the one that Ian brought up a minute ago, which does look incredible. But you got to be really dedicated for that, I think. It's going to be like a £1,000 rig setup before you've got everything. That's a lovely camera view. Nobody wants to get off. Why is that? Sometimes it's just a blatant rip-off. You want to pay, though, your bottom for it. What? I'm pretty sure I misread that, but I still don't understand what it says. Sometimes it's a blatant rip-off, I agree. No, I haven't put the vibrations and stuff on. Because my headset is wireless, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this yet. But one of the irritations I have is that this cable is not detachable. So whilst I'm not using it, I'm still stuck with it. It would be great if you could take that bloody thing out. But no, I haven't tried that yet. I will try it, obviously, just to see Oh, if you want it, you have to pay through your bottom. I've got you now. I understand now. I've also got to find an alternative for the cable here, because obviously I ordered it directly from America, so... But it's just a bog standard sort of kettle cable. So I think I've got one. So I'm going to have to climb up into the attic and rummage through my boxes of unused cables. Oh, plug it into my seat. Ooh. That is a really good idea, Stu. Then I could have the seat and the rumble pack rumble in at the same time. Hey. Good times. Oh. You know what I bloody forgot? Again. We're going to be late now. I've only got 20 seconds. Now this is weird because there we go. Should I do the destination board as well in the back? I feel like I probably should. Right, lock the doors. Get into first gear. Here we go. Do I still play Casino? As in Sim Casino? I haven't done, but it is on my radar still. Kind of I wanted to sit back a little bit and let it evolve as a game. It's very much in early access. It's a good game though, good little game, I like it. With those dancers, yeah. Yes indeed. There's quite a lot of strategy games coming out at the moment. Of course, what is it? Tomorrow you've got Evil Genius 2 coming out. That's a great game if you're into your RTS type games. It's not really an RTS, is it? It's a strategy game, strategy management game. That's really good. A hell of a lot of fun. Really quite funny. Lots of good old British slapstick comedy. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Got Brian Blessed in it as well. Can I do the lambada? Not with these hips, Stewie. Oh no! In my youth, maybe. What a great place to put a speedo board, right behind that pillar so you can't see the bloody thing. I gotta say guys, this is probably the most fun I've had on Train Sim World for a very long time. I'm really enjoying this route. Cue the spad. You have a really nice run, you enjoy the whole thing, and then you balls it up right at the end. That's how I like to roll. Oh God, don't stop. Silly train. Kind of weird brakes. It's like nothing, 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 stop. Still too early. God damn it. Right, brake on. Doors open. Again, look at this, we're early. How am I doing this? I must be speeding. If you find a Agadoo, I could probably just about manage Agadoo, yeah. If you find a cable and plug it into the 240 at 110, it might not work. That is a good point, actually. I'll have to investigate that. I hadn't thought about that. I don't know if that would be a problem or not, because... well, they recommended I should be able to find an adapter, so... all or nothing, yeah, it is pretty much all or nothing. You come in and the brakes feel like they're too old, and then you sort of get under 30 mile an hour and all of a sudden they become like Formula 1 style brakes. It's a little difficult to get used to. Ah, too early again. Now this is something I noticed. If I shut the doors, you can see they're locked, and I press left. Okay, unlocked. If I do it too quickly, there you go, see? I have to press it 3 times. Do you see that? If I go 1, 2, 3. That's very much a Dovetail Games thing, I think. There's like a delay, a lag in the animation or something. Maybe you're lacking fluid, yeah. Oh, wouldn't it be great if there was a mechanic element that you could add on to this game? That would be fun. One day, guys, one day, that's my dream, is to make simulation games that connect to each other. That's always been my dream. One day it will happen. Okay, doors locked. Back into first gear. And away we go. Train mechanic sim, yeah. Do you know, I remembered when I reviewed that game, and I was kind of critical of it. I didn't feel like it had enough content, and it wasn't sort of the polished article I hoped it would be. And then when they only asked like £8 for it, I was like, no way, that's a bargain for that price. So I had to make another video and just say, disregard my last for £8. This is incredible. Kind of the polar opposite of Dovetail Games. Oh dear. What's the worst I've played? What do you mean, Stu? The worst game I've played? It's quite a few. I have a collection on my Steam profile. Yeah, what's the worst game I've played? I've got like a section on my Steam profile entitled games that are so bad I'm never gonna play them. Or something along those lines. How fast are we going here? 45, that's quite fast. But it looks like we got another yellow ahead, so I'm just gonna cruise. Cruise and hope we get a green. Yeah, no, I've played quite a few bad games. I'm trying to think of the name of one off the top of my head. That could be a bit tricky. Yeah, I had a look at that yacht one the other day just to see how the updates were going. I'm not a fan of the way the camera works. Whoa, we're stopping here. Damn it, I always stop too early. Starting to get on my nerves. Yeah, that yacht one is pretty good. I really wish you could, like, just walk around like you can in this game instead of having the camera system. I really don't like the camera system very much. Find it a bit clunky. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's entertaining. I'd like to see something a bit more realistic, to be honest, but I mean, it's alright. It's a good game. My Summer Car. I played that a little bit. I did play that a little bit. I really liked that game. I thought it was incredible. I should have another go at that, I guess. Crikey, what's that lady doing over there? She's doing the Lombarda. Right, so we're again ahead of schedule. Hey up, lads. I think I've pulled. Look at this. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Alright. Hop on. Take you for a ride. There's a winter car coming, is there? Hey, that's pretty cool. I'd definitely like to take a look at that. Oh, she's upset with me now, look. What did I do? I know what I did, do I? Okay. Always in trouble. Right, let's lock the doors. Get back into first gear. And try and pull the throttle instead of the brake. And then we might actually get moving. Nice. Definitely getting better at that. See if I can do a gear change without looking. I think I've got it. Oh, I just opened the doors instead of pressing that button. Still getting used to the buttons, guys. Give us some Skittles. Did she just shake her Tic Tacs at me? Oh, okay, I didn't get the gear change right. I think I skipped a couple of gears. That explains why we were accelerating so slowly. Okay, double yellow. I'm gonna stop coming up. Oh, I just went green, nice. It was minstrels. I love a minstrel. Who doesn't love minstrels? I love that sound. Doors open left. You had some jelly babies called Jellyatrix. That's cool. I love jelly babies. I've got... Oh no, I don't know where it is. Hi, Sadu. I got this one Christmas. I don't know if you can see that because of the light. It's like a massive tub of jelly babies. They were lovely. And I like the tub, so I've kept it. I used to put my head tracking devices in there, but they catch on the way out, so I was worried I was going to snap them. It was once, Stewie. Didn't stay that way for long, I can assure you. We are running really on time here. This is incredible. They were fizzy and sour. Oof. Fizzy and sour. That reminds me of some Haribo. They were fizzy and sour. You'd think that'd be a horrible taste, but actually they were really quite nice, as I'm sure your jelly-atrics were. Alright, let's get into gear. I can't do it. I cannot change gear whilst I'm not in the cab. Can't hear when the audible change happens, so that I can re-engage the clutch. They were different shapes as well. I'm imagining they were old people with like Zimmer frames and walking sticks, right? Oh no. Kind of want to go up a gear here, but I don't really need to. Oh, that works better. If I change the gear first and then do the throttle. They were. Oh, nice. I don't know what that bell is, I'll be totally honest with you. I know what that is. Still too early. Damn it. Nobody's getting on or off anymore. I don't know what's going on. Too early, I guess. Early again, look. How much can you rev this machine? I don't know, let's find out. So, we'll slip into neutral and so I think it has a limiter at 1900 because it doesn't go past that. How much smoke? Where's the exhaust on this thing? Not much. So little, in fact, I can't actually tell where it's coming from. Barely anything at all. Oh my god. So we'll gear up. That's easier to do, but I don't feel like that's realistic. Surely if you were in gear and you changed the gear lever, it'd make an awful bloody noise. The number of... So it will work with any train, but only those that Dovetail Games have bothered to create a controller binding for. So at the moment there aren't that many trains that it works with. So like the rest of the Great Western Express trains on this route that I've tried anyway, none of those work, which is a shame. But theoretically, it should be capable of working with any train at all. And like I say, you know, if they just gave us the opportunity or the ability to bind our own keys and levers and axes the way we want to, then it'd be fine. But the whole time that they're sort of dictating what does what, it's not ever going to work very well. Not unless somebody there actually puts a bit of time and effort into thinking about how best to set it up. Like for example, this one here, this is the gear shifter, but I'd much rather have this as the gear shifter. But whoever set this up doesn't agree. Do you know what? I've decided I'm just going to stop wherever I want to. This whole trying to land right on that little blue marker is getting right on my nerves. I don't think I've done it once today, have I? It's been terrible. That's worthy of a screenshot, methinks. Quite a nice looking view. Someone just pushed my camera, did you see that? Oh, I need a drink. Cheers all. Someone else pushed me camera as well. What is going on here? No respect for cameras, these guys. I'm very much hoping we got a green light to go, because I didn't bother looking. We're going to be early again here. If I was in Japan, I'd have to apologise an awful lot for this run. 60 miles an hour. I thought it was 30. Never mind. We're so ahead of schedule, I don't think it's going to matter too much. So all I've got to do now is not crash, and we should be good. Control distance. Ugh, hate it. Here we go, guys. Safe and sound. Job's a good one, as they say. At London Paddington, not Slough at all. Don't know why I put Slough on there. That was a nice run. I actually enjoyed that. A little bit more involved than, well, pretty much every other route that I've ever run, to be honest with you. Right, so this has got to go into the off position. If I can figure out what that is. That's there. Turn this off. Brakes are on. There's the key. Let's make sure the lights are off. And the wiper are off. Good stuff. Not paying attention to what I'm told. I've got to put it in neutral. Oh, I've got to put this in neutral. Ah, okay. There we go. That's what I'd forgotten. So, yes, no speeding at all. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. 12,871 points, which I think is a gold. But I can never tell, because the golds in this look like bronzes to me as well. Be nice if you could see, like, if there was some sort of indication of where the platform was. Each station, I mean. So, on time, early. I lost it there. early, 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 early. That's pretty much a perfect run. I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up because I'm all train sim worlded out. But yeah, this is the RailDriver. Hopefully you can see from today's little stream that it does add to the realism. Definitely does add to the realism. It's a lot more fun as well. And when you've got an interesting route like that one where you're actually having to pay attention and sort of get involved, even Train Sim World can be quite fun too. So I definitely enjoyed that. Thank you to everyone who came along and watched today. It's always nice to have people pop in and say hi whilst I'm streaming. And hopefully you'll join me again in the future. We'll do some other stuff, maybe even a different train sim game using the RailDriver. And there will be a review coming out on this in the coming days and weeks. I want to really give it a good run out and make sure I know exactly what it's compatible with before I do that. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Until then, goodbye for now.